Hello, my lovely and beautiful friends. I am Jacob. I would like to talk about mastering duality as we get closer along our ascension path. Full participation is an option. If you're in a position where you need to do something such as going far out of your way, say you need to go take a drive somewhere and you don't really want to make the drive, but you have something you need to do or you want to accomplish. You know it would take up half your day, and so you're really not looking forward to it. You don't want to sit in a car getting backache or stiff muscles and such. Of course, you get to see nature, and nature's beautiful, but that's the point. You do not have to participate in the boredom. You can choose to participate solely in the beauty. But even that's only one small point I want to make. What I want to get to is, I want to point out explicitly that the multidimensional aspects of our beings are opening up to us. So, if you allow these higher aspects of your being to flow within you, let's just label it as unity consciousness, where every single other being in the cosmos is a thought away. But if you can identify them, and you can sense them, align your vibrational frequencies with them, well, then you can communicate with them. You don't need to go that far, but you can certainly stay within your guides, stay with your angels, your star family, stay in whatever conscious awareness that you choose to participate in. It is your choice to participate in whatever aspects of life incarnate that you choose to. Participation in something more to life is your choice and your choice alone. I'd like to give an explanation of duality based on my own experiences, along with some clear descriptions, to hopefully help more of us break through that veil, those individual and personal barriers, and to open up each of our portals at the top of the head, allowing both the light of spirit and our higher selves to flow down all that we are through the crown. So think about your head. At the center of your head is your pineal gland, which distributes all the DNA for your entire body and disperses all the light that comes in. Now create a mental sphere around your head, just as you might see depicted in those many famous historical paintings of the past saints and angels. And now mentally slice the sphere horizontally across just above your eyes at the pineal gland. The whole upper half of the sphere is the divine masculine aspect of all that is, the link to intercommunications with all the angels, your guides, and everyone else on the planet or the cosmos. When fully opened and unlocked, we'll be experiencing time in a far different way. And the divine feminine is the lower section. The bottom half of the sphere is your chosen manifestation of your physical illusion. Or say you are now emerging as a fourth dimensional being, which is still a duality, but it is an enlightened duality. It is still an experience of incarnate nature that is still grounded to Gaia in this case. You can choose to participate in whatever the lower section of that sphere that you want to look at, to whatever depths and details you wish. You can choose to look at the beauty, the earth around you. Even the sky above you is still part of that lower section of the sphere. It is part of the illusory experience in duality, and you can enjoy this, or you can choose to stay in fear, to stay in doubt and concern, stagnation and unfulfillment, and worry and stress, guilt and anguish. You can stay in the dark, so to speak, in that lower section of the sphere alone. But what happens when you do that is you cut off the upper section of the sphere. You lose your intimate connection with Creator and all that is. When we were born, we retained many of these gifts, but we had fallen into the collective 3D manifestation, which shares the belief system that these concepts are fantasy, made to appear nonsensical, twisted, and distorted by sci-fi and fairy tale scenarios. So I'm talking about my drive where I was traveling for 3 hours one way to pick up my daughter. Of course I want to see my daughter, but I don't want to drive for 6 hours. So what am I doing? I'm staying in the upper sphere. Yes, of course I'm driving, I'm participating, but what I'm choosing to do is to bless my body, to bless my day, and to enjoy every aspect of what I experience in my incarnate body. And in this way, I am certain to have a blast. It is my choice that I experience love and happiness. Time is relative, yes, but it's also irrelevant. It is so irrelevant to your happiness. You can choose to experience it or not. You can choose to stay in linear time and count the minutes watching the clock tick by, but that'd be miserable. Why would you even do that? Complete your sphere and find balance in your life and all that is. Let the expression of your awareness explore the upper half of the sphere, consisting of the divine masculine, prime creator, God, source, and all that is, and then including the lower section of the sphere. It is what you make it. You don't have to stay in the lower sphere. You don't have to stay in this delusion. You don't have to stay in anguish, stagnation, stress, concern, or whatever creation you find yourself in. Or perhaps you're perfectly content with your physical creation, your physical illusory experience. But it is nothing more than a dream. In fact, the only difference between certain types of your dreams and your physical illusory experience is that physicality is much more dense in nature than the inner and higher dimensions that you dream of. You can and do choose to create whatever you want to in this physical dream, whether you're aware of it or not. So there I was driving along for a few hours, and it only seemed like minutes because I chose to stay in the upper section of the sphere. I chose to bless my body. I chose to bless my car and Gaia and give thanks to Creator for all that I was able to see that day. Yes, I was still driving, fully alert, but I'm not counting the mile markers. I'm not counting the minutes on the clock. I was not dreading the drive at all. You see, the drive did not own me. I am not a slave to time. I know within my being that we are each an individual expression of Creator's love and light. And I am my own master of how, where, and when I shine my loving light. And so I can then celebrate every moment wherever and whenever I choose. Duality is part of our experience, but what so many are stuck in is the illusion, and only the illusion. And when they're stuck in that lower half of the sphere, not only does the upper section fade away from their perception, but they create this small box around themselves. So I'm asking everyone, all the way shores, the light workers, all my friends, family, brothers and sisters in humanity alike, to reach over your heads and open up that box. Peel it open at the crown of your head so that you have an open bowl, and then let the light of all that you are fill this bowl. Fill this bowl with Source, with God, with bliss. Ask your angels for assistance. Say, fill me up. Here I am. Let's... like that. Life can be wonderful. Life can be blessed and full of joy and abundance and beauty. So now you have this open bowl resembling your divine feminine physical aspect of your illusory experience. Now you can begin to let go of linear time and think spherically. Create your sphere and expand it around your head. Expand it around your body as expansive as you want it to be, so that you can fill your mental space, your aura, and all that you are as brilliantly as you can tolerate the highest aspects of love that are flowing throughout the world at this time. You can affect with your bubble of awareness not just the people right next to you, but every single person everywhere, including animals and other beings. So, my drive. I was not looking forward to it, but when I first sat down into my car, I said, no, I am a being of light, and my experiences of love and happiness. People would say about the drive, well, it's a means to an end, but what they're missing is that there's actually an end to a means, and that is what I choose to look at. I do not look at the illusory experience, the lower half of the sphere. I don't look at it and feel, oh, 6 hours driving the car. Yeah, the last 3 hours I shared with my daughter, but driving so long. No, I don't look at life that way. It does not have to be a means to an end. There is always an end to the means. And by that, I suggest that you focus on the end goal and allow that goal to manifest before you. In the upper section of the sphere, you are separated from linear time. The future, the past, and the present are all as one. It is the now moment. Just as with your simultaneous multidimensional lives, you can also move through time sideways. You do not have to stay in this single physical illusion. Not that it is bad, not at all. It is our divine feminine incarnate manifestation of our existence, making up that lower section of the sphere. This is where we create and how we learn. It is our path in regaining our mastery, and with the divine masculine above, bringing in all the love and light that we are. This is all together creating our duality. Our existence is changing from living through life into loving through life. It's not so much about living as that suggests experiencing time. It's simply about being. Being suggests existence, but in a spherical awareness rather than being locked into a linear forward movement through time. We are no longer limited by that simple existence where pain and anguish and suffering is often part of our experience, or simply boredom in this case of driving all day long. So, back to an end to a means, the point is that I focus on what I want. It is that deliberate intent to see my daughter. So, how do I do this? I choose to experience the end goal, and hanging out with my daughter, I become emotionally, causally, and subconsciously and soulfully invested in that. So, all the while physically and mentally driving the car, I'm causally creating the manifest realities through my deliberate intent. Yet I'm talking to my daughter, I'm hugging her, I'm back home. She may not have been aware of this yet, but I'm there. I'm there already. I am. Those powerful words. I am is a choice and your deliberate intent. So while being mentally invested in the drive, I choose to bless all that I see. I thank God for the opportunity to share the love and delight of all that I am, unto this gift that Gaia gives us, to learn and to become more than we were before this incarnation, ever increasing, becoming more, creating more. So it is about a balance. I drove those 6 hours, but all the while enjoying a living meditation in which I both mentally drive along as I bless all that I see, as well as create my potential incarnate experience with my daughter through my intent to play games with her, to snuggle with her, or do crafts, or whatever we choose. It is the end to the means, and the end is the intent, and the intent is the goal, and this is where my focus lays. The means is the experience, and the experience is what you wish it to be. It is your creation. You don't have to experience the boredom or any of those lower frequency emotions anymore. It is a choice. You don't have to participate in the less desirable aspects of incarnation any longer. You can choose to experience the wonderfulness of all that is. My lovely and beautiful friends, experience the love and the light in everything, and just bless Gaia wherever she is. Just bless everything and everyone, and all you see and touch. This is mastering duality, in order to transform your entire illusory experience into that of unity consciousness along each our individual and personal path in ascension.